Okay, so in this video series, I'm going to be creating a go-kart. It's going to be a very small go-kart. I had this axle for a couple months. It was just hanging out over there, some other extra stuff. So I'm finally deciding to do something with it. Now this axle is very narrow. It's about 29 inches from center of wheel to center of wheel. So it's very narrow. It's not like, that's a typical axle over there. That's like 32 in width. It's about 32 inches. This one's pretty small. So I already got most of the parts. I don't have my power plant yet, but I'm kind of figuring out what I should use. I'm going to go ahead and try to get a little frame, at least have it rolling. Got hydraulic disc brakes, well, a hydraulic brake caliper, rack and pinion, just the bare, the typical stuff you'd find on a cart. I was going to use that seat here, but I actually going to use that for this thing over here. Makes sense. This thing looks like it came from a junkyard, so that's my Frankenstein trike. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead, cut some metal, and go from there. I cut off a little too much, so now I got a gap. Darn it. Well, I gotta find a way to close that gap. So I just booger welded it. Oh well. I'll grind it down, make it look nice. Now these bolts are 5/8. No, wow. Not 5/8. I mean 5/16. So I gotta go and they're a little too small. I gotta go get 3/8 bolts, but yeah, it should be fine for now. I gotta remember, this piece goes on the inside like that, so that way this little set screw can bite down on this piece of axle right here. Alright guys, well we got a roller now. Pretty simple, you know, it's just 3 pieces that I've used. Yeah, and I checked, everything was level. Everything's level. Yep. Kind of done with, no, I'm not done. I got everything tacked right now. I had to use square tubing back there for the bearings, because those bearings, it would be pretty difficult to have those pillow block bearings bolt onto something round. So I wanted it to bolt onto something square, so it's nice and flush back there. Anyways, I also got my spindles on. I'm going to keep the steering arms pointing this way, so they're going to lead the spindle, and they're not going to trail the spindle, because everything is so small and compact on this build. See, I got to figure out, because I got my rack and pinion. I'll probably go like that, something like that, because I'm really sitting right here. This is where I'm going to be sitting. So, and I didn't want this to be on the bottom of the cart, because you know there's rocks and stuff, and it might hit this and damage this. I don't want that, so I want it kind of on top of the frame, which it's going to be a little difficult. There is going to be a little angle because this is lower than the frame, so that way it's not below the frame, because this is already low to the ground, so I don't want to make it any lower. Alright, so I got that all tacked. So the next thing is getting my seat on, figuring out where I want to put it. Somewhere right there. Of course my feet are going to come up, and then my feet are going to be over. My feet are going to go past these front wheels, so I'm going to have to put some sort of bumper up here, especially this will be somewhere up here, but I'll figure that out. Let me get the seat on now. See, in case you guys are wondering, this is from center axle to the front. It's actually 35 inches. I'm off by 1 inch. Where the heck did I go wrong? Off by 1 inch. I was actually right on 35, so I must have cut it wrong. Anyways, it's 1 inch short. No big deal. Okay, I'm going to use some of my scrap metal for my seat bracket. All it is, it's just angle iron, and then some flat stock, and I'm pretty much, I had it spaced out, you know, where the holes are going to be, and I'm just going to weld it just like that, drill the holes, and that will be my little seat mount. Seat's going to be 2 feet from center, from that axle to there, so I think that'll be just about right. Okay, so the seat is on now. I got it in the spot that I like, 24 inches away, so 2 feet from the front. I leaned the seat back about 10 degrees, so that way I can lean back a little bit but feel a little bit more comfortable instead of because you're sitting pretty flush with the frame, so you don't want to sit straight up like that over there. That's yeah, your knees will go right into your chest. That's kind of annoying. And also so the next thing I'm gonna do, I gotta put some sort of brace. Because we're gonna be able to lean back, I need to put some sort of brace here. Otherwise, see how flimsy that is? Well, that I don't have it bolted down either, but I need to put a brace here. I don't know, I already measured it. We'll go about 12 inches. This is a little over 12. And then bend it 80 degrees so that way it can kind of wrap around here a little bit. Alright guys, so I have finished the back end for the seat. That's what it looks like. I already sat in it. Everything feels really stiff on it. I'm actually glad I went, instead of just going straight down or in the back, I'm glad I added this piece here so it kind of supports the sides now, so you sit in it. Anyways, this is as far as I've gotten right now. The next thing I'm going to do is start the front end, but I'm going to do that in the next video. The rear, I'm going to leave that alone because I haven't decided on what engine I'm going to use. I've been thinking about 2 engines to use. I could go get a Predator 212 or 224, but I don't know. I kind of didn't want this to be, you know, just some cookie cutter little go-kart build. There's thousands of those videos all over YouTube. I kind of want this one to be a little unique. I've actually been debating on using a little 80cc bicycle engine. Now I know those things only make like 3 horsepower, but I mean, so does that. That still pulls me. However, if I do use the 2-stroke bicycle engine, I do plan on upgrading it, adding a bunch of parts, making it rotate a lot, making it rev a lot faster. Well, that will come with the manual clutch though, so I'd have to use 3 pedals for the front instead of just the 2. That's going to be it for this one. Go ahead and let me know if you guys. So this is a first for my channel. Never really built anything like this. I usually do motorized bikes, like the one behind that one. That's a motorized bike. I usually do motorized bikes on this channel, but I do kind of do a little bit original, some of the original builds, and I like it. I like doing these, but yeah. So let me know if you guys like this type, like if you just want a mixture of everything, you know, go-karts, mini bikes, and motorized bikes, just let me know.